That's funny.
I think this is pretty neat. People don't even know it's here.
How do you know there's no copperheads in the area? What kind of snakes are in the area here?
Black snakes. Don't worry about snakes. They're out hunting mice. Well, we could have walked up the
We're going right to the tunnel here.
You get down there, see, Deb?
Wow.
Now the cows, they built this for the cows to go from the north to the south to go to the pasture. Whenever the railroad was built in the 1880s somewhere. But on the other side they put a gate up to try to keep people from walking back and forth. I don't know why. The railroad didn't want them, but I've been through here many a time. We used to play in here as kids. And it's pretty neat. You don't ever see one of these anywhere.
So this is one of a kind.
Yeah. And the cows walk from the north to the south every day.
That's
to the pasture.
Really something, guys. We are looking at serious history here.
All right, we're going to go back up here.
Sure.
I think it's easier walking. And if you notice here, here's the old original fence line. They use railroad ties, they use cedar posts. That's probably been in there 100 years.
Let's look
and
at
they
that.
had a fence all along there. All set?
All set. Rolling along. That was something.
Well, it's just something you don't ever see.
Exactly.
I've asked the Leetes and I've asked the railroad if there's any of those anywhere, and they said no, other than just ones that water flow under. I'm surprised they never filled it in. These marshes used to be caught up until the early 80s with horses, with a sickle bar mower, and then he had a rake that he pulled with the horses, and then of course the tractor came through with the baling machine and baled hay. But you know, it's just a shame. One of the oldest farms in America, and we're out to save farms. And here's over 50 acres of land because there's a broken pipe. And the Army Corps of Engineers did a study on this 30 years ago, and it was going to be replaced right away. And they never did nothing about it. But we're going to save farms. So over on the left over there is probably another 40, 50 acres of highland, of pasture where the cows are today. They're all beef cows. They're
I've seen them.
He feeds them apple from Bishop's that they make cider out of. He feeds brewery grain from Thimble Island Brewery, and then they eat grass off there, and the water's a little bit salty, so it gives the meat an unbelievable taste. It's called Salt Marsh Farm. And we'll move on.
I've noticed, being on this road here this afternoon with you, that
dirt was created. Put the new roof on that house, and Mr. Betts lived there. They had the marina in Stony Creek, and I've been in that house. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous house. These old houses. And we're coming up on the pasture that you can see on the edge of the road here, where the cows are. They go in and out and feed the mash from the beer. So it used to be all short-horn cows, and now it's beef cows because dairy doesn't pay in Connecticut anymore.
Why is that, Jay?
The milk price is just terrible. Farming in general, it's just terrible price. You can't afford to stay in business. The only way you can make it in this world is retail. If you just wholesale anything, it's costing you more to do it than it's worth. You work for nothing. You notice the beautiful ash tree up ahead. The ash board got in and they killed it. It's a beautiful, beautiful tree. And as we're coming along here, we're coming to what they call the crabbing area.
Say it again?
We're coming along to the crabbing area where everyone goes crabbing.
Right.
And as we come down this hill, my grandfather worked on this project in 1930. And they built this road straight. And the original road went down the hill right there. And it went across an old wooden bridge and came back. And they built this road here. They put chestnut planking down and then blasted rock on top, and then they put liquid tar on to hold it together. Where the birds are sitting was the original road. The hurricanes mostly eroded it out. But the swamp is getting, it's tearing apart more and more, the marsh that was in here. And when I was a kid, it was all mud flats. And before that, it was all salt hay. But they had to do some work on the sides here after the hurricane because it was starting to undermine the road. They want to raise this 14 foot, which is crazy because it'll just destroy the beauty of this road here. So, you know, I'm all against raising a road. I think they should go out at the trolley road out there and replace the flood control dike, and it'll stop the storm surge in here. That's the major thing. The road was very windy at one time, and back in the late 20s, early 30s, during the WBA time, they changed the road and straightened things out to put people to work. The original road went down through here, and it came around, and I don't know if we can see today, but there's still like 3 or 4 abandoned cars from in the 30s and 40s out there. Out here in the back. Yep. The road comes out where these cars are parked.
Yes.
I'll pull in there a minute and we can see if we can see them. But here's the original road where it came through. But when the leaves are off the trees, you look, and out back there's like a half dozen cars. Out there, just been sitting there since.
Where? Behind the swing?
No, over here, over in this area. I don't know why they were ever abandoned.
I'll go look. Yeah, it's hard to see back there.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the leaves are off yet. Yeah.
We're gonna have to wait till the leaves are off to see those cars in another vid.
They talk about pickers on TV. You know, along the road things have changed, but in the back, stuff has pretty much remained the same. There's still junkyards off the road that people never even knew was there. This was a foundry at one time. They made brass. Now, I don't know what they used it for, but it used to be the brass foundry, and then they made electric switch boxes back in the 80s here. And then Breakfast Woodworks bought it in the 90s and changed it to a woodworking shop. And they got computerized machines in there, and they make railings and all kinds of woodwork for high-end houses. The little office is pretty neat. To my right, there was a chicken farm up here.
Oh yeah?
And he had about, I don't know, 600-700 chickens, and everyone used to go there and get eggs from him. The big yellow house here, that was originally a gas station, and they converted to a house probably about 1980. But that was Hill service station.
Oh my God. In the 80s?
No, the service station probably went out in late 50s, early 60s.
I was going to say, I don't remember anything there
No.
in the 80s.
And we're coming up on Sachem's Hill Head Road. The original road went up this driveway, and it went to Sachem's Head.
Oh, that's the original
Original Sachem's Head Road.
Wow.
And then I guess WDA, they straightened it out and they put it down here and they put it through the swamp.
Here we are at the end of Leetes Island Road. Now the question is, why do they call it Leetes Island Road?
Well, I guess they named it after the Leetes family. In our original deed, it said the old road. And somewhere along the line they changed it. But I know in Stony Creek they changed all the names of the roads when they started doing the mail route. And that was probably 1959, 1960. They changed. They were named nicknames. It was like Bohay Hill and was Railroad Avenue, and Dog Alley was Falls Point Road, and Watrous Avenue was Tin Can Alley, and so on.
Yeah. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed the Leetes Island history.
Yep.
And we are very happy that we have Jay Medlyn here with us today on Get With The Program in a place called Connecticut. See you next time.